Women who have been victimized deserve to be heard. Women, black women in particular, should be supported, protected, defended, and uplifted.
Jane Doe 1. Date of incident, summer 2006. Location of incident, Atlanta, Georgia. In 2006, she was a 17-year-old senior at Tri-City High School. She began interning for T.I. and Tiny at their Atlanta studio. She was vaginally and anally raped by T.I. after being given alcohol and drugs by Tiny. Jane Doe 2, a U.S. military veteran. Date of incident, September 2005. Location of incident, Los Angeles, California. Tiny sat next to Jane Doe 2 at a club and offered her a sip of a spiked drink. Tiny and T.I. took her and a few other girls back to their hotel. Tiny gave her a, quote, back butt massage. At that point, Jane Doe 2 started feeling sick and began throwing up. T.I. came over and attempted to put his foot into her vagina. She told him no, and the next thing she remembers was waking up naked on the couch with a towel thrown over her with a very sore vagina. Jane Doe 3. Date of incident, September 25th, 2006, and March 2007. Location of incidents, New York City and Atlanta, Georgia. An aspiring artist. Tiny invited her to the studio in January 2007 and passed her off to her security, Cedric Alpha Mega Sellers. Jane Doe 3 rejected his advances, and he grabbed her phone, put his number in, called himself, and began stalking her nonstop for months. She ignored him until she saw him again 2 months later. At that second encounter, Alpha Mega grabbed her and put a gun to her head. He then blindfolded her, put her in his car, and drove 20 to 15 minutes into Georgia. He raped her 3 times within a 24-hour window, drove her back to the studio the following day, and pistol-whipped her, threatened to kill her if she spoke. Shortly after, she received a call from T.I. threatening her to never come near his studio again. Jane Doe 4, a teenage friend. Date of incident with T.I., 2006, 2007, and 2015. In 2005, Tiny approached her to work as their assistant. She was never paid or compensated for any of the work completed. On one occasion, T.I. stood over her, and Tiny stood close by as T.I. forced her to open her mouth and swallow 8 ecstasy pills. Throughout the duration of her time with T.I. and Tiny, the duo forced her to engage in sexual acts with different women against her will. In 2014, T.I. and Tiny forced her to have sexual intercourse with rapper Nelly against her will. Jane Doe 5. Date of incident with T.I., October 2017. Location of incident, Atlanta, Georgia. A Clark Atlanta University freshman. She was slipped a date rape drug while visiting Grand Hustle Studios in Atlanta with one of T.I.'s interns. Jane Doe 6. Date of incident, 2017-2018. Forced to take Molly, coke, and other drugs. Location of incident, Atlanta, Georgia. A private dancer. Jane Doe 6 was hired to do a private dance for T.I. and Tiny. She was told that there would be other celebrities there, and she needed to keep the encounter confidential. She was forced to take drugs and engage in unwanted sexual acts with other women. She had her cell phone and belongings taken and was held against her will for 3 days. Tramika Williams. Date of incident, December 12, 2009. Location of incident, Atlanta, Georgia. A 7-month-old pregnant mother and 8-year-old boy. In the December of 2009, Tramika Williams was pregnant when T.I. and a group of his associates kicked in her front door and put guns to the heads of her 8-year-old, 6-year-old, and 4-year-old sons and made them go to the closet. They then beat up her ex-husband at the time and kidnapped him. It was 3 p.m. in the afternoon. They called the police, and the DeKalb County Police Department came,
I want to be clear about one
and
thing.
did nothing after.
Women who have been victimized deserve to be heard. Women, black women in particular, should be supported, protected, defended, and uplifted.